All right, we're here. We started off a little bit earlier than expected. I wanted to get a chance to react as well as, watch these weigh-ins with you guys. Was planning on going on later. There was such a delay. I figured, you know what? Let me get on now. We're going to be checking out these weigh-ins, and then obviously we're going to do our typical weigh-in recap. We'll look at all the images of how the fighters looked on the scale. We're about to watch these UFC ceremonial weigh-ins. I have them on the screen here. I can't show you guys them, so you can't watch them on the same screen as me, but definitely tune in, put them on your phone if you're watching this on a laptop, or put them in a separate tab. You definitely want to keep it locked in with me, though, to see these live reactions. We're a few fights in already, but I'm not all that concerned. I am here to see that Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier on the scales. So this should be pretty great. Smash that like button if you're just tuning in. I apologize for not planning to do this earlier. Honestly, the weigh-ins were just taking forever to start, and I'm like, I don't even know why not? Why not? So we're here. We're here, and we're watching these weigh-ins. I appreciate you guys being here. Smash the likes. And check out my live reaction to these weigh-ins. We got Trevin Giles weighing in for his fight against Dricus Du Plessis. That's going to be a pretty interesting fight. I do have Trevin Giles winning it. Let's see. The ceremonial weigh-ins are on. Dricus Du Plessis and Trevin Giles. Good fight. Good matchup. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Taj Langbali and Bruce the Goat. Appreciate you guys being here. Ilia Topuria. Got a little Conor McGregor, little background here, but I do think I'm going to bring up the UFC 264 Tapology page. If you're not watching this live and you're watching on replay, I will have the timestamps there for you to skip ahead and just get to our basic recap. But I want to give you guys a nice little live reaction. Some of you guys got Ryan Hall out there. Okay, we'll see. I'm on the other side, man. Let's get it. Conor McGregor at the main event. My goodness, this card is going to be fire, guys. I cannot wait for the action we're going to see. Both guys making weight. Hall, Topuria. Good fight. Very good fight. I got Topuria. It's nice to hear Rogan, too, announcing some OG shit. All right, Nico Price and Michelle Pereira. That's going to be a good fight, too. Nico Price and Michelle Pereira. Dustin is going to tire out Conor, you think? We'll see. We'll see. Michelle Pereira, I think, is going to have a fantastic fight here. And it's a great matchup, too. Nico has beautiful hair. We're about to see it right here. $170.5. Okay. Michelle. Backflip. This man's insane. This guy's crazy. He's always doing crazy shit. Nico Price, the hybrid. Let's see. They've had some time to rehydrate. Fighters definitely got to look better than they did. 169, okay. 169.5 from Mr. Nico Price. Yeah, you got that nice backflip. Michelle Pereira and Nico Price, ladies and G's. Let's go. Carlos Condit and Griffin. This is great. Carlos Condit versus Max Griffin. This is going to be good action, too. Carlos Condit and Max Griffin is going to be a hell of a fight. 170.5. What time is it? This is a huge opportunity for him. Biggest fight of his career. Carlos Condit. Okay. The natural born killer in the house. 171. Carlos Condit. Ready for war here. Gonna be good shit, guys. You guys know I'm on Condit. I'm going natural born killer. I'm going the OG of the game. I think he can pull it off. Main card time. The Sugar Show. I love the hair. Moutinho knows how to get some eyes on him. He's got to get that crazy ass hair. Moutinho's getting booed already, man. Expected, though. Expected. He's not expected to have many fans out here for him. This is the Sugar Show. Sean O'Malley has really become the true cult hero over here. Yeah, man. You got to love Condit. He's an OG. I've been following Condit since his early days. Look at him now. I mean, he's still moving. He's got 2 straight wins. Sugar Sean O'Malley in the house. The star. Sean O'Malley is a star in the making. It's a rough debut, man. Rough debut. They gave him a terrible debut here. They wanted him to die in this debut. 135.5 for the Sugar Show. They're facing off. Look at that. Sean O'Malley looks ready to rock right here. He's ready to go. This is real shit. This is the Sean O'Malley that we really are waiting for here. I love it. 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 Yana Kunitskaya versus Irene Aldana. Yana Kunitskaya on the scale. 134.5 for her. Irina Aldana. She misses weight by a good amount, too. That's not good. Not a good look when you miss weight by 4.5 pounds at all. She came in way out of... I mean, I don't think out of shape, but not serious enough to make that damn weight. Which, that's going to be a problem moving forward. So, I don't like that weight miss at all. Aldana misses weight by a shit ton. Kunitskaya is getting in her face. Yeah, I'm on Team Aldana, too. Big weight miss. Biggest concern is that huge weight miss. Short notice, dude had to take the fight. Oh, you have to take that fight. And you have to get crazy-ass hair, too. Oh, shit. Tai Tuivasa versus Greg Hardy. This is going to be good shit, guys. They're booing him. Of course they're booing him. You got to boo him. They got to boo him. He gets booed all the time. That just seems to be the trend with Greg Hardy. They boo him a bit. Not super well liked. See that Crypto.com sponsorship? That's huge for the UFC. That's huge. Blows my mind that they are teamed up now with Crypto.com. I'm happy, though, because it's going to definitely boost up the price of the cryptocurrency. Tai Tuivasa. Hey, Shuivasa. Gotta love Tai. Gotta love Tai. Tuivasa, honestly, I think is a good amount of people's, not necessarily favorite fighter, but he's definitely a guy that everybody likes to watch. He's always entertaining. He's a fun personality. I'm hyped for it. Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa. This is like old school heavyweight action right here. They're going to go to war. Tai, third round. Greg Hardy, big boy. But, man, Ty's a big boy, too. This is great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Yeah, Hardy is a one-round wonder. That's what I've always felt like with Greg. Gilbert Burns versus Wonder Boy Thompson. Let's go. Let's go. This is huge. Super pumped for this fight right here. If Wonder Boy wins, man, he's real close to that title shot, if not the next guy for the world title. Wonder Boy making his way to the scales. 170.5 for Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Man, that Crypto.com sponsorship is real. Look at that. It's on the shorts and everything. That's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Need to buy some cryptocurrency. Gilbert Burns. See if Burns goes shirtless. Now they're all keeping it on, it seems like. Guess that Crypto.com sponsorship money's real. 170.5 for Gilbert Trujillo Burns. Face off. Respectable, but intense. They're ready to go to war. That's going to be a great fight. And now we're about to take a closer look. Yup. In the main event of the evening. My goodness, it's huge. Super pumped for this main event. Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier 3. I can't wait. I'm glad that I tuned in live. You guys can see my weigh-in live reaction here as these two face off. Nasty dude. He is a nasty dude. They're all nasty dudes at the highest level, though. Conor McGregor, let's see how he bounces back, man. Let's see. We will see. Oh, nah. Man, this is intensity right here. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see the war that's about to go down when these two face off. I mean, shit, it's going to be intense. Gotta love the Mystic Mac. See? Is Conor McGregor's time past? Man, I remember that fight. That's crazy. Years ago. It's funny to see the evolution of both guys. Both have gone on to have, great careers, winning belts, making decent money. But Conor really put it on Dustin bad in that fight. It wasn't close at all. But that was many years ago. And this is new Dustin. Obviously, he won the last fight. New McGregor. He lost the last fight. But this is a different game now. Let's see. Wow. I'm really excited to see what happens between these two. I think this is high stakes. It's the highest level of the game without a belt on the line. Winner of this fight is fighting for the title. Poirier is essentially the uncrowned champ. Let's see. The rematch went the way of Dustin. I mean, the leg kicks to the calf. They shut him down. And he gets a knockout, too. That was sick. Huge moment for him. Is Conor back, or is it bullshit from McGregor? Is the act that he's putting on not really there? Yeah, Aldana missed weight. Fortunate. Don't write him off just yet, he says. You can't write off McGregor just yet. Let's go. Let's go again. I'm just excited to see these face-offs here. This is what we've been waiting for here. Man, this is getting me excited just hearing the little countdown show here. But I'm ready. I liked the press conference yesterday. It was a lot of fun. As far as I think both guys had fun moments. I like that McGregor was talking trash, getting intense. But definitely Dustin came back with some heat. McGregor sleep. I like that one. And he said he wished he would have said McGregor fast asleep. Dustin definitely has a solid chin. The former UFC featherweight and light heavyweight champion. The dual weight champ formerly. The notorious Conor McGregor. You got Joe Rogan yelling his name. Nothing better than hearing JRE, the Joe Rogan experience right here. Conor, the black Ford shirt, looking like the real Mystic Mac. He looks mean. He looks angry. McGregor's sleep had you laughing? Yeah, that was a funny-ass line. That was great. Conor McGregor, the notorious. Shakes hands with Dana White. He's probably telling him he had to get that crypto.com shirt on. They need that crypto.com sponsorship. 156 for the former two-division champ, Conor McGregor. 156. Nothing's given up. He looks intense. He looks more similar to what we've seen from him in the past. The former interim lightweight champion of the world. Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Aldana should win, but she comes in missing weight. Does that look bad? Yes. Does that mean she's going to lose? No. It should be an advantage in clinch situations and even punching power-wise. Dustin making his way to the fake scale. They already weighed in. They already know the weights, but the ceremonial weigh in here. I like the backwards hat. All right, let's see how this face-off looks. Let's go, guys. I'm excited as hell for this. After these face-offs, stick around. We got the full card breakdown coming up. We're talking about all the fights again after seeing these weigh-ins. He's getting pissed at Dana. Oh, shit. They won't let each other get close. We're good. Oh, shit. Woo! Okay, okay. What is Conor going to say? Let's hear it. Man is going to learn that if you disrespect a person's kindness for weakness, you must pay. He's going to make him pay with this life. And he means it. You're dead in that octagon. Holy shit. Oh, shit. That's sick. I like what Conor just said. Let's see Dustin. Let's hear Dustin. Ooh. See what Dustin has to say here. This is big. It means nothing. This is noise. Tomorrow night, tune in. I love you all. He's shouting out a kid with cancer. Conor did trash the hot sauce. I like it. I like it. I like what I'm seeing on both. I like what I'm seeing from both. Both guys look ready for war. Guys, this is real shit. This is a big fight right here. I mean, for Conor, having lost the last one, legacy is truly on the line. You definitely know that Dustin Poirier wants it bad. Wants it really bad. As does McGregor. I think they both are going to be willing to die inside of that cage for it. We'll get into the predictions in just a moment, and we'll talk about all the fights on the card because there's a good amount of them. I do want to talk about how some of the guys looked on the scale, especially some of the earlier fights. We'll go through it all. If you're just tuning in, make sure to smash that like button. This is really essentially the start of our typical weigh-in recap. That was just a little special reaction. If you got to tune in, I really do appreciate you. And we're here now. It's game time. It's time to talk about these huge fights. Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier 3. I will be starting in just a moment. I'll let a couple more people join in here. I hope you guys did enjoy that live reaction. Let me know what you think of that. If you like seeing me react to the weigh-ins live, I don't mind doing it. I definitely have a good time with it. And if you guys are interested, I'll definitely make it a more regular thing. I've been doing it like inconsistently. Sometimes I'll go live, sometimes I won't. But on this weigh-in recap, we got a lot to talk about. So we'll get into it in just a moment. We'll let some people join in. I appreciate you guys being here. UFC not letting Conor touch Dustin helps the mental advantage for Dustin. I think it's just because he doesn't want – Dana White does not want Conor McGregor to kick Dustin Poirier or potentially get him kicked like yesterday, because that definitely was a hard knee. If you guys saw, Dana posted about that. He said he got kneed right in the stomach by Conor McGregor, and you can see the clip of it. But, hey, fair play. Fair play. Fair play. We're going to talk about everything from bottom to top. I do want to quickly change the thumbnail to the now updated version. Definitely will look better. This is the weigh-in recap. So let's just change everything up, and let's get ready to get into it in just a moment. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're going to talk about all of the fights on this card. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here as well. I appreciate you guys that tuned into the weigh-in reaction. Now it is time for the weigh-in recap. I need at least 125 likes on this video. We're going to start talking about from bottom all the way to top. I'll have some images from the weigh-ins too that we'll have to bring up and discuss. We'll start at the bottom though, way down at the bottom, all the way down. Alen Amedovski versus Yeazong. Ooh, okay. So this matchup here, I do have images from the weigh-ins that we definitely got to check out. Who looks so weird on the scale? Like, Amedovski looks good, normal, but look at who. He's got a very strange physique, like a very flat body, really no visible abs, though he is lean, not really much chest muscle. Interesting. I'm not saying that really will make a serious difference when the fight begins, but it is something to note. He's definitely not the most naturally gifted, athletically speaking. I do feel as though Alen Amedovski, the more superior fighter, he'll have the better grappling skills. Striking-wise, I think he has more knockout power, though I think Yeazong Hu does have potential. Only 26 versus a 33-year-old who was unbeaten at 8-0 coming into the UFC versus a guy who was just 3-0. Experience should make the difference, even though 5-inch height advantage for Yeazong Hu. He's at a 2-inch reach disadvantage. We're riding Alen Amedovski, and probably by a unanimous decision in this matchup, which is our first fight of the night. Now, if you are a betting man, we'll pull up fightodds.io, not best fight odds like we normally would. We're switching it up. We're going to fightodds.io because they're just better if it loads in. Fightodds.io does not disappoint, whereas consistently I am disappointed with best fight odds. I don't know. I just don't feel like they come through all that much. All right, let's see. Alen Amedovski versus Yeazong Hu. Amedovski's like a minus 124-ish to minus 140 favorite. You can find him down at minus 120 for the fight against Yeazong Hu. He's like a plus 100-ish dog. I don't really feel like it's worth betting on Yeazong Hu. I just feel like the inexperience is definitely going to be a factor. For both guys, granted at the highest level, not that experienced. I feel like Alen Amedovski should win by a decision, but I'm really going to advise not betting on this fight if you want my honest bettor's perspective. Now, if you have to bet on this fight, just bet Alen Amedovski straight. I don't think you want to risk potential prop bets here. I do think Amedovski has the knockout power for a KO, and that's sitting around... the money is at Amedovski by KO sitting around plus 230, but I'm not going to guarantee it, and I really don't think it's worth throwing down on. So would lean you towards skipping on that and rather just betting straight on Alen Amedovski if you have to place a bet here. He should win in our first fight of the night. Let's keep on moving. Zhalgas Zhumagulov versus Jerome Rivera. Good height advantage for Jerome Rivera. He's a pretty decent kickboxer, though I don't really consider him to be all that UFC caliber to just be 100% real. He's not a bad fighter. He does have, decent enough kickboxing skills, long range. I think that Zalgas gets the fight to the ground, probably controls for 3 rounds. Earlier on, it was potentially on a TKO, but I'm really starting to feel like we might be looking at grinding decision for Zalgas Zumalgov here. There he is on the scale looking intense. He's an intense-looking little guy, man, but he looks young as hell. He's got a very young face. But I'm riding Zumalgov decision here. He's going to beat Jerome Rivera. He's obviously a strong favorite. We've talked about this fight all week long. He definitely should win the fight. Find him around minus 295 at best. You got Jerome Rivera at plus 285 at best. Props there. Maybe fight goes the distance or victory by decision for Zalgas Zumalgov. I definitely do think he is going to win the fight. It just has fought higher level guys outside of the UFC, even though he hasn't had great UFC performances losing most of his matchups. He's a minus 110 for that win by decision. I don't love it, but I do think it will happen. Straight up, it's, more in that minus 300 range. I will lean you towards either skipping the bet on this fight or maybe potentially betting Zalgas in a parlay. And if you want to prop bet that decision, that's how he should win because he's known for decisions. I don't really think the TKO is going to happen here, especially seeing them on the scales. Just saying, he's known as the Feather Fist. The more I've thought about this fight, I'm going decision victory for Zalgas Zumalgov, and that is our second fight of the night. We're going to keep on moving. Next one, Omari Akhmedov versus Brad Tavares. Exciting fight. Very exciting fight. On the side of Omari Akhmedov, you have dangerous Dagestani wrestler. Explosive knockout power, though not really known as a knockout artist, but does have some pop in the hands. Other side, Brad Tavares, well-rounded, but definitely more favors the striking, though. Takedown defense is not 10 out of 10. He does get up really well when he gets put to the ground. Not an easy guy to out-grapple. I think he's going to survive here in this matchup on the ground. Both guys come in incredible shape. Abs on both. I think Brad Tavares should get the win here by a decision. He'll fend off the takedowns, and when he does get taken down, I do think he finds a way back up to his feet. Obviously, the odds agree with me. Brad Tavares around the minus 155 favorite at best to Omari Akhmedov at the plus 145 at best. I like Tavares by a decision, but I'm really not crazy about throwing significant amounts of money down on this fight by any means. I really don't think that's all that great of a plan here. So I think better off you just enjoy the show or maybe just bet Tavares straight. I think decision. Does he have power? Kind of. Let's see. Tavares wins by a decision is what? Plus 140 for Tavares to win by a decision. I would lean you towards betting just Tavares straight, maybe parlaying him up, but would still be a risk. But I do think he beats Omari Akhmedov. I mean, Akhmedov by a submission, let's actually check that again. I think the value is pretty good, but unlikely. It's not like Tavares is an easy guy to put away on the ground. Akhmedov wins by submission plus 1,000. Unlikely, though, but maybe a good Hail Mary style of bet here. All right, let's keep on moving up. The next fight of the night, Jennifer Maia versus Jessica Eye. These two ladies facing off. I really like this fight. I really like it in favor of Jennifer Maia, though Jessica Eye looks happy as hell on the scales. Both girls, don't have these incredible physiques. The physiques really don't matter as far as this matchup goes. Jiu-jitsu skill set definitely better for Maia. Boxing skill set, I think she's better as well, especially at closing distance. And landing effective punches. Jessica Eye's not a bad boxer. She's not a great one either. I think that Jennifer Maia should win this fight. I think she can get a submission in the second round, but I would not be surprised if we're looking at a 3-round unanimous decision for Jennifer Maia. Last win was a year and 6 months ago for Jessica Eye against Arujau. She's got 2 straight losses. I think the grappling is going to make the difference here, but also having that good grappling skill set and the threat of very dangerous BJJ on the ground, I think is going to open up a lot of opportunities for Jennifer Maia's boxing skills to shine. And she definitely can box. She can box at a fairly high level. I have her winning this fight, and I think she does so by a decision. Potentially the submission prop bet, though, could be fun to play and maybe could cash, but I'm not going to tell you it's extremely likely. Odds for this matchup, best you're going to get her at is sitting around like that minus 200 range for Maia. You can find her at the plus 173 dog. I'm not crazy about her as a dog, but women's MMA is the craziest as far as betting goes, like of all mixed martial arts contests. Maia by submission, plus 645. Potential Hail Mary that could maybe cash. So we'll see what happens in this fight. We definitely will be in store for a potentially entertaining one. I'll check up on that live chat and see what you guys are saying, and then we'll get back to the predictions for this card. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Greg Hardy looked way bigger than Tai. Yeah, he's a lot taller, man, but Tai Tuivasa is a thick boy. Definitely has the superior mixed martial arts skill set. Zalgas is a lock. I'd agree. Sam Noakes versus Lee Connolly. I got it under 2.5 minus 125. You have a play there. Okay. I think I says this is her last fight. Is it her last fight? Did she say that? Well, if she does say that, I think she's going to catch an L in this last fight, unfortunately. As much as I like her, I don't see her winning this matchup. Zalgas Topuria parlay should cash. I will just warn you, Topuria only 24 years of age. A guy that's only 24 definitely could face defeat against a guy as experienced as Ryan Hall. So should be a fun fight. Definitely looking forward to the action in store for a lot of these early prelims. But we're going to keep on moving up. Make sure you guys smash that like button, whether tuning in live or on replay. I really appreciate you guys. The incentive of tuning in live, you get that live chat. So you guys chat it up. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'll try to get to most of it, especially now. And then I'll be doing it like usual. Every 3 or 4 fights, I check up back on that live chat. She's got dangerous BJJ. Yeah, she definitely does. I love the ground game that Jennifer Maia brings alongside of her high-level striking skill set. But let's keep on moving here. We're going to get to the next fight of the night. Dricus du Plessis versus Trevin Giles. This is a matchup I am excited to see because Trevin Giles, I think, has a style, pressure-wise, that can give Dricus some problems. I like the high guard and the leg kicks and the knockout power of Dricus. But Trevin Giles, a bit more athletic, better footwork, and the faster fighter. And I think on the ground could potentially be a bit tricky. Both guys, though. Look at the abs on Dricus du Plessis. This man shredded. Trevin Giles kind of just looking more like, an average, decent shape fighter. As far as this matchup does go, I'll pick Giles by a decision. I think the pressure is the difference maker. He's a slight underdog. You can find him at plus money if you can. Maybe it's worth a little sprinkle bet. As far as the props, I do like fight potentially goes the distance. With Dricus, though, you have to know with du Plessis, he always could get a knockout. And du Plessis to win by a knockout, plus 315. Not a terrible play. I like Giles by a decision. If Giles were to win a decision, it's sitting at plus 240. I think this fight is kind of expected to go the distance here. Fight goes the distance. Not fight ends in a draw. It'd be plus 6,000. That'd be insane if this fight was a draw. Fight goes the distance, sitting at about plus 110. I do think the fight probably does go the distance, but both guys have finishing ability, so I wouldn't really advise to bet on that. I like a du Plessis straight bet or potentially, a Trevin Giles straight bet or potentially Dricus du Plessis by a KO prop bet if you are looking to Hail Mary some things out here. Let's keep on moving up. Ryan Hall, Ilia Topuria. This is a really exciting matchup. Both guys dynamic on the ground. Knockout power on the side of Topuria. Nasty kicks on the side of Ryan Hall. Who's more of a wizard on the ground with their awkward BJJ? Definitely is Ryan Hall. You look, not a menacing guy. Topuria a lot more intimidating, but fighting is not about how you look. It's about how you fight, and we have to totally acknowledge Ryan Hall is some of the scariest Brazilian jiu-jitsu in mixed martial arts, period. On the other side, Ilia Topuria brings in a Greco-Roman wrestling background along with high-level Brazilian jiu-jitsu and boxing skills. That's why I like him. He's a strong favorite, though, and he's unproven. That's a dangerous bet. Yes, I think he is going to win. He definitely should be victorious. 12 years younger than Ryan Hall as well. But it's not like Ryan Hall is some slouch. Ryan Hall is a very avoided guy in the featherweight division. He's a plus money dog. Odds around minus 214 for Topuria, at plus 205 for Ryan Hall. Let's check this out here. Let's see. The fight goes the distance, plus 135. Interesting. It's not expected to Topuria to win by a KO TKO, plus 175. Well, I think that does happen, but Hall to win by a submission, plus 500. If you find Hall by a submission at plus 500, I think you kind of have to potentially play that because Ryan Hall is a wizard as far as his Brazilian jiu-jitsu goes. So definitely, I feel like I'm going to lean Topuria's second round knockout. I think he's a special young fighter, but Ryan Hall by submission at plus 500 is almost too good to pass up. Very dangerous BJJ. Watch out for the leg locks. Could potentially grab one here against Ilia Topuria. Though, I feel he has seen a ton of that high-level stuff before because he's very dangerous on the ground himself. Nico Price versus Michel Pereira. I love this matchup. I truly do. I love this matchup. I think we're in store for fireworks. Both guys, incredible shape. I'm going to be honest, Nico Price looks fucking jacked right now. This is the best I've seen Price look. Recently stopped smoking cannabis. I definitely think that will improve his cardio. I definitely also think that will probably change him overall as a person. So I will have to acknowledge Nico Price could potentially be 2.0 in this matchup. Though, I think Michel Pereira should have a showcase in this fight. I'm still going to ride with Michel, though both guys looked incredible on the scales. I'm leaning towards Pereira decision, and I will be picking Pereira by decision. I think Nico Price definitely has his moments, and there's definitely a shot for this underdog to win here. I have to totally acknowledge Nico Price is here for real, and especially seeing how great shape he was in. Michel Pereira like minus 162, Nico Price plus 160 dog. Let's see here. As far as some of the odds go, like betting-wise, let's see. Pereira wins by KO, TKO, plus 250. Don't love it. Price wins by KO, TKO, plus 325. Could happen. Price by submission, no. Pereira by decision, plus 275. Price by decision, plus 480. Interesting. Fight goes the distance, plus 140. Wow, it's not expected to go the distance. I think when you get two dangerous strikers like this, it could go the distance, really. I mean, yes, serious power, definitely on both sides as far as their techniques go. Not like they're one-touch knockout artists, but both guys hit with some pop. Both guys have explosive striking. Both guys are dynamic on the feet. I am going to ride Michel Pereira to win this fight, and I think he does it by a decision. I'm going to pick him, but I have to acknowledge Nico Price is a live underdog here, especially how great he looked on the scales. Let's keep on moving up. The featured prelim of the night features Max Griffin versus the natural-born killer, Carlos Condit. I'm pumped for this fight because Max Griffin on one side has developed some serious knockout power as of late. Very good lateral movement. He's fast. He's strong. He's athletic. On the other side, Carlos Condit, aging veteran of the game, excellent kickboxing with high-level technique. But, you know, he was recently on a losing streak. It's not like he's going out there, though, and getting finished. As far as reach, even 3-inch height advantage for Carlos Condit. I think that could help him in the clinch. I feel like Carlos Condit, as an underdog, finds a way to win this fight by a competitive decision. If he does win this fight, potentially sets him up for a fight against the winner of Robbie Lawler and Nick Diaz. That's a huge money fight for Carlos Condit. That will give him, a big push. I mean, they're older guys, but they're all former top contenders. Condit, the former interim world champion. I think he's going to very competitive win. I think he's going to beat Max Griffin in this fight. As far as the odds, they have Condit at like a plus 176, plus 170. Griffin at like a minus 184 at best, all the way up, the minus 210 range. I am going to ride with Carlos Condit, and I think he wins a decision. I think this fight goes the distance. Max Griffin, I don't think he's the guy that is going to put Carlos Condit to sleep here. Max Griffin inside the distance. Let's see what that's at. I'm just curious. Plus 250. Griffin by a KO. Plus 325. Condit by a decision. This is the one that I like. Condit wins by a decision. Round plus 275. Plus 250 and up. I think Condit by a decision. Granted, I would rather just lean you towards straight betting it for Condit plus 176. Like, might as well not take the risk if he does end up having this great performance and getting a finish. I think a Condit underdog bet is not bad. Don't go too crazy with it because he's in a real fight against Max Griffin. And I do think we're in store for a fun matchup. And I honestly cannot wait to see this fight. As far as the guys on the scales, both guys in shape, both guys ready to go. High level mixed martial arts at its finest here with this fight. Two guys that not really that far in age, but if you look, Max Griffin never had his huge breakout moment. I mean, he beat Mike Perry. That's really it. Carlos Condit was the top of the weight class for years and years and years. Beat Nick Diaz, fought George St. Pierre, dropped George St. Pierre. He's kind of done it all as of, this weight class goes for the welterweight division as far as his career is. So Condit definitely a real fighter here in this matchup, and realistically the biggest fight Max Griffin may ever get. I'm still riding Carlos Condit by a decision, and I will also check up on the live chat. If you haven't yet, smash that like button. We need at least 120 likes on this video, man. Max is the future, bro. I can't say he's the future. He's almost 36. I think Griffin fight going over 1.5 is a good parlay piece. I think it should go over 1.5. What's up, brother? Just came to support. Hey, shout out to you, Cameron Schmurda. Max, for me, totally understandable pick. Hall all day. You think that he's going to beat Poirier? He definitely could. You don't think there's a major technique difference in a lot of female prelim fights? Depends on which females. There's some really good girls out there. When did Max get into the UFC? Dude, he's been in the UFC for a long time, man. He's been in the UFC for several years now. He's an OG of the UFC at this point. And he's had a lot of fights. Good action, though, and definitely a fight. Might live bet Condit if Griffin doesn't shoot for takedowns. I think Condit could defend, but yeah, maybe the live betting is a better way to go with that Carlos Condit fight. I'm giddy for this card this weekend. I think we're in store for a special night. A special night of fights. At the top, excellent action. Honestly, throughout the whole card, even the prelims have some fun fights. Definitely looking forward to it. And I really do appreciate everybody who's tuning in live, chatting it up with me. And I look forward to talking about this main card. So I am going to get to it. It's main card time. The Sugar Show. Sean O'Malley versus Chris Moutinho to start off this main card. If you haven't yet, smash that like button. Goal on this video. We need at least 125 likes. I appreciate everybody for being here. And it's time to talk about this fight. It's Sean O'Malley, Chris Moutinho. And it's a great matchup. It's the matchup that starts the night off. As far as high-level MMA for O'Malley, no, it's a showcase fight. But it's a great matchup because Sean O'Malley is on this fight. If Sean O'Malley's in, everybody's tuning in because he's huge on Instagram. He's huge on YouTube. I mean, the guy has done it right. What all fighters should be doing. I love how they both have crazy-ass hair, but O'Malley rocks it way better. A lot of people were saying Chris Moutinho looks like a great value. Sean O'Malley, honestly, I won't argue that. I kind of see what they're saying. That's kind of comical, though, right? I definitely can see that. He is a kind of great value version, but does that mean he stands no chance? Yeah, it does. To be 100% honest, guys, I've researched this fight. I've seen Moutinho fight. I think he's going to get pieced up by a significantly better technician striking-wise than Sean O'Malley. I am riding Sean O'Malley knockout victory in the first round, and I don't think it's all that close. He's definitely going to put on a showcase here against Chris Moutinho. Let's see, minus 1,000, minus 720. It's not even really, like, worth the bet, potentially, because, like, so strong in the favor of Sean O'Malley. O'Malley wins by a decision, plus 540. That's not happening, but that's some crazy odds. O'Malley TKO is, if you can find O'Malley TKO at plus money, where is that? My bookie? Bro, run to my bookie right now and bet plus 160 O'Malley by TKO. Are you kidding me? How is that plus money right now? I'm going to have to go bet that down right after. Like, right after this video, I'm going to have to go bet that because plus 160, if it's even at plus 110, I'll bet that down. That's insane. O'Malley's getting the knockout here, and I think it's going to be spectacular fashion. First round. Keep on moving up. Aldana, who comes in way overweight, takes on Kunitskaya. I hate when fighters miss weight by a substantial margin. I mean, she came in at 39.5 when the cutoff is 36, so that's 3.5 pounds over. That's substantial in my opinion. If you miss weight by 1 pound, it is what it is. If you miss weight by 2, it's like, come on, 3 and up. Almost realistically unacceptable. I mean, you're almost, you're halfway up a weight class. Kunitskaya came in under at 34.5. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Now, am I going to have that change my pick? No, I think that this actually helps Aldana. She's going to be stronger in the clinch. That's really the biggest aspect that Kunitskaya would have a chance in, would be in the clinch. And Aldana comes in way heavier. So as a bigger girl, Irene Aldana's going to fend off clinch attacks. I think she's going to box her up from the outside, put on a pretty good performance, but she's really stunting her development through her career and moving up the rankings. You cannot miss weight like this. This is just a terrible look. I don't like it at all. As far as this matchup goes, I think she's going to get a fairly dominant win. I'm thinking 30-27 on all three judges' scorecards. I am riding Irene Aldana for the victory in this fight. And let's check out the odds here. I think with the weight miss, she's even more of a lock here. Minus 112, plus 103, because I don't think that she didn't train hard. I just think that she didn't dial in the diet and chose to come in overweight. Like, 3 pounds overweight, that's a serious problem. Like, I don't like that at all. But I'm riding Aldana for the victory. I think she's definitely going to win. But, man, way overweight. Not a good look. Not a good look at all. Aldana to win by a decision. Plus 180. I think that's how she wins. Could potentially get the knockout. She does have some power in the hands. And if she lands a beautiful counter like she did to Ketlin and Vieira, could happen. Unlikely, though. Kunitskaya is outmatched here. I think Aldana's a solid straight bet, especially, at like minus 117, minus 120. Throw it down on her. I think she's going to be victorious against Yana Kunitskaya. Some exciting matchups on this card, man. You can tell as we got to this main card, my mood has shifted because now I'm getting amped because we're getting real close to talking about that Conor McGregor fight at the top. But this Tuivasa fight with Greg Hardy deserves some talk as well. We have to talk about this matchup. My goodness, it's a great one. I cannot wait to see Bam Bam Tuivasa and Greg Hardy, the Prince of War, go to war. I think this is like a throwback heavyweight fight. It reminds me of the old days of the UFC. The guys that are big and hefty heavyweights, not necessarily shredded to the bone, 165, 162. Greg Hardy is a first-round knockout artist. That's his style. If he doesn't knock you out in the first round, it's a lot harder for him, especially against a resilient savage like Tuivasa. Is going to be chopping those leg kicks down. I feel like Tuivasa is going to eat at the calf, too, of Greg Hardy. Watch for that. Throw his looping combo punches as he comes inside. Ty's always had a solid chin. He's not a guy that's easily hurt. Stopped one time by punches against Junior Dos Santos. No shame there on a 2-fight knockout streak. Greg Hardy definitely can load bombs. What about when they clinch up? I think Ty's going to be stronger than him in the clinch. He's going to be better than him on the ground, but that doesn't matter. Forget about all that. I think on the feet, Tuivasa's movement is better. His leg kicks are better, even though Greg Hardy has real knockout power. If Ty survives a round and a half or even a round in a minute and a half, he's going to win this fight. Third round TKO. Tuivasa potentially hurts Greg Hardy with a big overhand, and then he goes to the floor. The leg kick's definitely going to start playing a factor, and I think some ground and pound for the stoppage. Tuivasa by KO here. We'll check them out on the scales. We saw them face off in the live reaction, too. This is Ty's fight. The one thing I hated about the ceremonial weigh-ins is they didn't take the goddamn shirts off, man. Not for most of the fights, besides the main one. We got to see the physiques, especially after they start eating, as they start regaining the weight. I wanted to see how they looked. Unfortunately, we don't get it. Tuivasa third-round knockout, though. If you're a betting man, I like Tuivasa at the minus like 140 or less. It's around minus 123. You can find it minus 140. I don't think it's worth the bet above the minus 140 range. I just think that's pushing a little bit too hefty because I think it could be more like minus 120. Fight over 1.5, minus 170. Expected to go over 2.5, plus 110. It's not expected to go over there. Tuivasa by KO, TKO, plus 165. Decent value. Decent value, but not great value. I'd rather Tuivasa straight and not even worry about the method of victory. So if you are going to bet, Tuivasa straight is probably the way to go if you're looking to bet on this fight. Cannot wait for it. I'll check up on the live chat. I appreciate everybody for being here. Smash the like button, and let's keep that algorithm pumping. If you haven't yet, you got to smash it. We need at least 150 likes on this video. All right. Guys, when does the event start? Tomorrow at 10 o'clock is the pay-per-view card. Max bet O'Malley. I don't know. I wouldn't max bet him, but you definitely can throw down. I know you're just kidding over there, though. That's good that you're just joking. That's good you're not really doing that. She got injured, though. Broken foot for 3 months. Yana or Aldana? Well, that could be a problem, potentially, but her hands are where she makes her money. I would worry about lateral movement with a broken foot. Only betting 3% of bankroll. That's smart. You shouldn't bet too much. She doesn't kick, so it won't matter. The footwork would be my worry. That's the main thing. Yeah, expert, can you give more detail on why Aldana? So I like Aldana boxing skill set. I like Aldana's footwork, but I will say, hearing about this broken foot thing, maybe a bit concerning. She does have some pretty good defense in the clinch, does bring knockout power, and simply Kunitskaya is not all that explosive. And I feel like she lost her last fight as well. She's an okay fighter. I just think Aldana is superior, and I think she'll find a way to win the fight. And striking-wise, I think she's got a serious edge in the boxing. Her 1-2s are pretty nice. I think she controls range pretty well. But the feet are a little bit of a worry, but I think she should be all right. Putting 100 on Tavares, Tuivasa, Maya, Pereira parlay. I respect that. I think you could definitely cash there. Ty gonna hurt him. I think Ty hurts him, man. I think Ty hurts him. I worry about head movement for Ty. What do you think? Ty Tuivasa, he's not the most slick boxer, but the way he comes inside is explosive. I feel like Greg Hardy, yes, he hits with a lot of power. It's kind of slow, a bit telegraphed at times. Tai Tuivasa, his high guard's pretty good. He does clinch up pretty well, and I think he'll throw a punch for a punch, and I feel like he could hurt Greg Hardy in this fight. So I'm gonna still stick on Ty. I'm going Ty third round, man, and the leg kicks are gonna make a difference. Yeah, it definitely can affect the footwork. Pound that like button, you fake lying rats. Yeah, you better pound that like button. Smash the hell out of it. Let's get a ton of likes in here. So if you're watching, smash the like button. It really helps us out. If you're new, subscribe to the channel too. Covering all things MMA here. And this is our UFC weigh-in recap. Aldana off the couch. Dude, I really hope she comes in shape. I mean, I'm hoping it's the real Aldana, the one that we saw, against Holly Holm. She should beat Kunitskaya, but these things you guys are saying, they do get me a little bit nervous. Man, I read the live wrong. What's up, man? Why'd you read the live wrong? What happened, man? I came live early, man. I wasn't expecting to come live this early. I decided to do a very early live stream because I wanted to give you guys a live weigh-in reaction. I was also freaking out because the UFC weigh-ins were taking forever, and I was worried that they wouldn't even start until 8 o'clock. So then I was like, you know what? Let me just do a live reaction. I'll do that from here and there. Next time, I'll plan for it better. But honestly, I got to blame the UFC for delaying me a bit and throwing me off. But I ended up going earlier because of it. So much money I made. I'm glad you made some money. Yeah, no problem, buddy. No problem. I do want to talk about our co-main and main event. The biggest fights on this card are these sticker things tips. Yeah, if you, I think like the sticker, it'll ask you like a price, and then you can throw it down. I appreciate all donations. You guys are all fantastic. Thank everybody for tuning in live here. It's time. We are going to talk about this co-main and main event, and then we're going to do a parlay style betting breakdown, and I'll be chatting it up with you guys in the live chat probably for another 20 minutes or so. But let's talk about Gilbert Durhinho Burns and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. If you haven't yet, smash the like button. We need well over 100 likes. I said 150. I'd like just 100 or more. You guys are all fantastic. Subscribe if you're new here. Gilbert Burns, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, our co-main event of the evening. It is old school jiu-jitsu versus karate. But both guys are well-rounded and dynamic. Gilbert Burns has developed slick boxing skills. Stephen Wonderboy Thompson has very good takedown defense, and it's not like he's going out there and getting tapped left and right. I mean, the guy is elite level. The only losses are to the highest level of guys, and I guess with the exception of a fluke loss to Anthony Pettis, that was just the fight game. He'd never been knocked out, and then that one punch from Pettis puts him to sleep. Gilbert Burns does have serious knockout power. Could he hurt Wonderboy? Yes. I don't think he will, though. I think that Wonderboy's range management is actually going to be a lot for Gilbert Burns to deal with, especially with the height and reach advantage. Could find a way inside. Could find a way potentially on some takedowns. It's not going to be easy, though. I'm riding Wonderboy decision victory here over Gilbert Burns. We'll check them out on the scales. See how they looked here. Wonderboy comes in incredible shape, as does Gilbert Durhinho Burns. We saw them face off, but it really doesn't matter because they both had their shirts on. This was them at the weigh-ins. Both guys actually don't look terrible on the scales. Solid physiques, both sides. Neither are insanely jacked, but both guys in very good shape. Got to ride Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He's a minus 155 favorite to the plus 145 dog. I like the decision prop bet of Thompson, though. He could get a knockout. He's dangerous. He always is. Thompson by decision, plus 165. Thompson by a KO TKO, plus 300. Maybe you want to throw down that Thompson by a decision. Gilbert Burns by KO TKO is at like plus 550. I don't think that's a terrible prop. Also, Burns by a submission is at plus 500. I don't think that's a terrible prop either. He definitely could win by knockout or submission. He has a legitimate chance here. If you ask me like how I'm feeling, like I think it's like a 65-35 style of fight here. 65% of the time, Wonderboy wins, but that 35% of the time could be tomorrow night. So as far as this matchup goes, if you're betting, bet intelligently. But we're riding Wonderboy. I think he controls distance and wins this fight. And he does so by a unanimous decision. Main event of the evening time. Guys, this is huge. Conor McGregor Dustin Poirier, the trilogy fight. Conor brought back the trash talk. He seems to be more like the Conor we've seen in the past rather than the sweet Conor we saw in the past two against Cerrone, which it worked. And then the last one against Dustin. Yeah, it worked against Dustin last time, but in my opinion, worked against Dustin. It did not work against Dustin. Yeah, it worked against Cerrone, but I didn't like it then. And then against Dustin, he gets smashed. Granted, did he look terrible in that fight? No. He had decent enough moments, but was chopped down with the low kicks, was hurt with punches, was taken down. Granted, in the clinch, I think McGregor looked pretty good. I feel like in this fight, it's southpaw versus southpaw. Needs to be cautious of the leg kicks, 100%. Those calf kicks are game-changing. If Conor can stop them, and I think he will, I think he's going to bring back the more karate-esque style that we saw from him earlier on in his career. He's training purely mixed martial arts for this fight. I'm riding Conor McGregor knockout inside of 2 rounds. If you guys watch the individual breakdown, I brought my brother on the show. He said first round knockout. I am going to ride second, early second, but I definitely can see that first round knockout. It's 2 rounds or less here. I think it's 8 minutes or less realistically in this fight with a Conor McGregor win by a KO in this matchup. He's going to beat Dustin Poirier. As far as how they looked on the scales, Conor came in at 156, as did Poirier. Both looked pretty good, though I will say Dustin Poirier's legs look mad skinny in this one image that I saw. Granted, that doesn't really matter. It's just how he looks. It doesn't matter when the fight starts. He's going to put on, 30 pounds. He's going to be huge tomorrow for fight night. And I think McGregor will grow a bit too into his frame. I'm picking Conor by a KO. Some will say I'm on Conor's nuts. Well, he's going to be victorious here. And I think he's going to prove a point in this matchup and show that he is back. Though, I will say, I got a lot of love for Dustin Poirier, a guy that I've been following since his UFC debut against Josh Grisby. So both guys, fans. Both guys, solid mixed martial artists. Both guys, the top of the lightweight division. Winner of this fight fights for the world title. I believe it's going to be Conor. And that Oliveira fight would be huge. Now, as far as the odds for this matchup do go, we know McGregor is a dog. He's a plus money dog, plus 120. Maybe you bet Conor McGregor straight, or maybe you bet it how you know Conor's known for winning. Granted, what if this fight's like that second Diaz fight? It ends up going the distance all 5. That would be crazy. Granted, not expecting it to. I think we're looking at KO, and I think we're looking at KO for Conor McGregor. I am looking at McGregor wins by KO TKO. Price tag plus 180. Not terrible, but also not great. I think that's how he does win. I'm going to ride with that. If you have to play a prop, you go McGregor by KO TKO here. And I think he's going to beat Dustin the Diamond Poirier in what should be an excellent matchup. My goodness, what a fun main event. Fun card overall. Let me check up on that live chat and see what's cooking in there. Oh, I appreciate the donation. Shout out TMBDM for the donation. You are the best, and I really do appreciate you a ton. Thank you so much for that. We got more. We're going to be talking about the betting breakdown in a few moments, but I do want to see what's been said in this live chat here. All right. Unlucky RDA had to cut weight with no fight. I know, unfortunate for him, but he definitely probably got a little compensation. I hope she's in shape. She was a sloppy 4.5 pounds over. Hey, I hope she's in cardiovascular shape. Dirty Dilbert is going to be slept bad. The bum will need to go back to 55 as Dilbert won't be able to close the difference. Wonder Man is a lock. I think Wonder Boy does win for sure. Always wanted to see RDA McGregor. That would have been a fun fight. If Usman could drop him with a jab, I honestly think KO is 100%. Usman's got a heavy jab, though. Wonder Boy has been fighting people like Neil, Luque, who have been much better chins than Dilbert. Now he's sitting down on punches. The KO will come. You guys think KO? Okay. Money sign to the right before you type in the chat. Yes, sir. Thank you for that. If you disrespect a person's kindness and take it as weakness, you must pay. I guess that's the truth about Conor. He's going to make Dustin pay. Dustin is 85% torso, man. He's got a wide torso. P-Head is taking a nap in the 4th round. Okay. McGregor let him win the first time. I don't know. We're going to see. Poirier always has chicken legs. Conor got around to get rid of Dustin. Yeah, I think he has 8 minutes. I think he has 8 minutes to win it here. 8 minutes to win it. And guys, it is time for the betting breakdown. We're going to talk about some of the best parlays to play. So make sure you guys smash that like button. Need over 100 likes on this video. Appreciate everybody tuning live. Appreciate everybody watching on replay as well. Let's get into it and talk about it. Now, dangerous night for the parlays. Like, dangerous night for parlays. Now, I like Jennifer Maia. Granted, we rarely love to throw down on women's MMA. Should be Maia Zhalgas Zhumagulov. Should be a good to-go bet. Could be very dangerous, though, and you could be regretting it later on tomorrow night. Add in Stephen Thompson. Maybe that's a solid play for that plus money, right? I don't hate it. Aldana coming in overweight, potentially some injuries and whatnot, does get me a little nervous, so maybe we'll skip out on her betting-wise. Let's see who else we want to add in here. Michelle Pereira over Nico Price. Nico looked fantastic. I feel like Sean O'Malley is definitely a lock, but it's not going to give you much value back, right? So I don't really feel like that is worth the bet. Maybe you want to throw in Tuivasa as well, and maybe you're feeling insane and you want to throw on Conor. If you were to go crazy, this is the crazy man parlay. By no means am I saying play this parlay, but I like to have some fun here. The wild man parlay of the day: Jennifer Maia, Zhalgas Zhumagulov, Stephen Thompson, Tuivasa, Conor McGregor. I do think these 5 fighters should be victorious. Of course, the Conor McGregor fight is truly up for debate. A lot of people seeing it go either of which ways. I've done a lot of research on this card, but goddamn, who the hell knows when this cage door closes with all these fights? Because there's a lot of interesting matchup. Alan Amadovsky at the bottom. I'd like to say he's a lock and throw down on him, but he's not super UFC experienced. Granted, fighting a guy who's 8-2, if you need to add somebody else, you say, no way, I'm playing Conor at the top. Maybe you add in these guys. Tuivasa, sure, he could be knocked out. I don't think he's losing to Greg Hardy, though. I think there's just too much on the line. And I do feel like Tuivasa is a more versatile mixed martial artist by a long shot than than Greg Hardy. Tuivasa is a much more versatile mixed martial artist. Let me see what you guys are saying. Also in the live chat, I'll also answer a couple questions. Topuria, Wonderboy is a lock parlay and it's plus money. That's the parlay you like? Okay. Topuria should definitely win, but, difficult fight here. In under 1, Jolie's wife will be dusted. That's great. You don't know about Thompson? I like Thompson, man. I think Burns is tough. Hall will make Topuria look stupid. Nico will be losing until he wins between 19-13. Wow, those are some Mystic Max picks right there by TJ Kill. Definitely an intriguing card. Betting-wise, be smart. Like, if I had to say, smartest bet you can make on this card would be not betting. But if you are going to bet, I like Jennifer Maia, Zhumagulov, and potentially Tuivasa in a 3-fighter parlay. Because I'm on Team McGregor, I'm going to add in Conor McGregor. The plus money on that, let me check what that will be exactly here. Let's take Wonderboy off, and let's take off... Actually, no, we'll leave Ty. So for Tuivasa, Zhalgas Zhumagulov, Jennifer Maia, and Conor McGregor, plus 602. If you wanted to take off Ty, you weren't feeling him, plus 302. I know some people won't want McGregor on there, so obviously that'll change the value. I like this parlay. I think I'm going to have a little fun and throw down on it. Could be potentially 3 times your money. I also like that Conor McGregor straight bet by a KO, TKO. I don't think that main event goes the distance. I think that's extremely unlikely. Another decent bet there, but odds for it going to be fairly wide, even though we'll call it a potential lock play. Overall, we have an intriguing card with tons of intriguing matchups. I am expecting this to be one of the best cards of the year, potentially firefights throughout this entire thing. Honestly, I can't wait to see what's in store. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you haven't yet. As I said, I need over 100 likes on this weigh-in recap. You guys are all fantastic, and I appreciate all of you for being here. I will now chat it up just a bit inside of this live chat and see what you guys are saying here. He was only fighting for the belt because he beat the Frozen One, and Jake Paul is sleeping Woodley. You think Jake Paul sleeps Woodley? Could happen. Topuria, why do you say he was unproven? So the reason I kind of feel like Topuria is unproven is the lack of the highest level experience. Like, even though, Ryan Hall hasn't fought the best of guys, win over Darren Elkins and a win over Gray Maynard are pretty good wins to have. Topuria is well-rounded. Knockout power, boxing skill set, and also high-level jiu-jitsu and Greco-Roman wrestling. It's just Ryan Hall is extremely awkward. You can definitely throw down money on him. You definitely could end up making some cash with a Topuria parlay. Just be safe. Khamzat is fighting Li Jiliang at UFC 267 in October. I like Khamzat Chimaev there, but I do think that fight could potentially end up going the distance. Lee's not an easy fight, but I do think that I'm picking Khamzat, early lean, and I'm a Khamzat guy. You guys know, I discovered Khamzat very early on. He's honestly one of my favorite fighters right now. I'm a big Khamzat guy, so definitely picking Khamzat Chimaev to win that fight. After what Topuria has been saying, I'm even more excited for that one. That should be a great fight. Jake Paul sleeping Woodley. Dude, Jake Paul definitely might end up shocking us all and sleeping Woodley. I mean, I'd love to see Woodley put him to rest. But unfortunately, the fight game is a brutal one, and he's not a young man. Jake Paul on the other side, training specifically boxing, young fighter. I don't know. We're going to see who you got, Hill or Crute. Jamal Hill or Crute. I'm going with Jimmy Crute, man. I think he can get a submission personally. I like Crute. Yeah, for sure. I feel like Jamal Hill's kind of got exposed with the grappling, man. Thank you, Expert ML. And hey, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Extra large Jamal. It's Jamal Hill, man. That arm was disgusting. I don't know how he's fighting back. When is that fight between Hill and Crute? Because, man, this guy's making a quick-ass turnaround. Poirier is just good enough on the ground to think he can go in there with Hall. He'd be better off having 0 ground. At least he know not where to go. I think that he'll strike. I think that he knows Hall is risky on the ground. I think he does. He can talk all he wants, but I think he knows in the back of his mind, Ryan Hall is a nasty Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist. Also has some nice kicks, too. October. Okay, Crute is way bigger, but I got Hall, Hill, but Crute is definitely a good fighter. How do you like Hill? Ooh, Paddy Holohan versus Venderami. You know, I don't think that's an easy debut. I thought that Venderami could have won that last fight. I'm going to be honest. I feel like they want to build Paddy up. Paddy Holohan. Paddy Pimblett, mixing him up with another fighter from that region. Paddy Pimblett, I think, will win a decision, but I want the Italian Stallion definitely to get the victory there. So fan pick, I'm going with the Italian, but as the expert predictions go, I got to ride with Paddy Pimblett. Unanimous decision, should be able to beat a very dangerous Venderami. Hall can't sub Artem and lesser grapplers. I think Poirier can stay out of danger quite easily. I think that Poirier is going to win the fight. I do. Hill's arm wasn't hurt, just out of place, too, but it looks so disgusting. That was the main thing. But no, I agree. The ground game, submission, definitely is where I'm going. Hill has been super exposed. Yeah, I agree. The ground game is going to be where the fight goes. And Crute, nasty jiu-jitsu. I think Crute could have beat Anthony Smith, but the leg gave out, man. Those kicks, the legs, it's all about the legs. Let's see if McGregor can stop that leg kick. We'll see. Super exciting, super exciting. Lots of excellent matches on the way. I really enjoyed everybody for chatting it up with me here. This is the full weigh-in recap. I'll throw some timestamps down. Smash that like button if you haven't yet. I will be doing a full post-fight coverage of UFC 264, but I won't be live during the full card. I'm going to go to a watch party with some friends. Going to have a good time and just enjoy the showcase. The McGregor fights, this is like a holiday for me, so it's going to be an off night as far as the live show goes, but I will definitely be coming through with a full results and reaction video talking about all the fights on the card. I think Craig is very good. I think Craig's jiu-jitsu is amazing. But I still think Jimmy Crute can win that fight. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you all very soon. Tomorrow, we'll have some post-fight coverage up. I hope you guys enjoy UFC 264 because you know I'm going to. Poirier versus McGregor 3. Purchase it now on ESPN+. You might want to pre-order it if you are going to purchase it because you know the traffic is going to be insane on that thing. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you all very soon.